Hey everybody, Terrible Shoes here, and we're back again with another opening. Now, I know this is going to kind of seem like Deja Vu if you watched me last week, but we're opening another Pokemon Advent Calendar, and this time we have another look at the Eevee that looks as though he has just seen the nuclear bombs drop for Hiroshima. So here we have a once again another blue Wigglytuff with the same exact aftershade behind it, just as the last Advent Calendar, made by the same people. However, there is a big difference with this particular one. The figures are double the size, and I do mean that. So I have a figure from my previous opening, a personal favorite of mine. It is Mr. Mime as if he was bleeding to death. And what's going to happen here is we're going to open all 24 of these as well and see what we can get. I'm not quite sure if these are actually double the size. That is what the product description said when I purchased them was. So let's get right into the opening and see what we can get here. Just make sure my microphone is working, and let's go. We're going to do just like the last one. We're going to do each day in order. Let's start with day number 1. We will do an immediate size comparison as well. So day number 1, we have got my man Quivlava. Now, I am actually going to compare this to the Typhlosion I got in the last video. So this is the Quivlava, and this is the Typhlosion. I think saying double in size is actually a very fair descriptor, which is shocking for bootleg products. This is another AliExpress product. And unfortunately, despite these being larger in size, closer to the size of the Tomy figures, they unfortunately retain that jank bootleg look. And I guess that's fine. I would have really wished they would have done something a little better or tried a little harder. Day number 2, this is perfect. This is actually a bootleg figure I personally already own. It is Haunter. It has a janky face painted on it. I own the one in the regular size, and it literally is just the same figure scaled up. That is actually really, really disappointing. And that further contributes to my theory that these figures are all 3D printed garbage. Let's get right into our calendar again. Day number 3. Luckily this time, these are opening up a little easier than our last calendar. We have got a shockingly large Pidgey figure. And actually, it looks pretty decent. It's an obvious bootleg, but this one actually, I feel like this one can fool some people who aren't too into Pokemon, or someone who's buying a gift for somebody else. Okay. And with that, let's move on to our next figure for day number 4. Day number 4, we have got, oh boy, we have got the man himself, Pikachu. And apparently he is had his arm amputated and replaced by a slab of plastic, because that is quite literally what it is. It looks like a piece that didn't get cut properly in the machine. And the face is terrible. You can see the print lines on the face right here. It's not going to show up on my camera too well, but that one is just absolute jank garbage. Number 5, door number 5, what can it hold? It holds Larvitar. While he seems to be suffering from some type of depression, he looks very sad. I mean, I'd be very sad too if some Chinese company copied my likeliness and was selling it for dirt cheap online too, but I digress. Going into door number 6. What can we get here? And door number 6 is actually somewhat impressive. Okay, we have Geodude, and it actually looks like Geodude. And I'm not even talking it slightly resembles, but within a janky way, like the Pidgey does here. This actually looks like a Geodude figure. That is pretty impressive. Good on them for that one, honestly, because most of these look terrible. Door number 7. Let's get right into that. And we have Machoke. Ooh, baby, Machoke. Machoke, he's kneeling down. Looks like... Oh, I dropped him. Looks like a Machoke figure, but unfortunately retains those janky eyes that give away that they're fake. Going into door number 8, let's see what we can get here. Door number 8 is the first one giving me a problem. Ooh, we've got my man Psyduck, and this time around, he is the correct color. Here's the Psyduck for our last calendar. I guess having all the extra space while printing these figures gives them a little bit more leeway to make them accurate. I mean, that's my theory. Probably not true, but let's keep going. Door number 9. Okay, and once again, I have to be honest, this is a pretty good figure. We have Ekans. The eyes are the only really big giveaway that it's a jank bootleg. And also the paint doesn't feel... The paint, like, is like kind of like rubbing off almost. Ew, that's gross. Where are we at? Number 9. Door number 10. Let's see what's behind door number 10. Perhaps we can get another really cool one. I want to get something that's like wacky like we were seeing in the first one. And I guess wish granted. We have Wailord here, except he has an incorrectly colored stomach and looks as though he has just consumed an entire cargo ship full of cocaine. This is just not good. Like, this is one of the worst figure out of the bunch so far. Quivlava being a close second. But again, it's bootleg stuff. But I always find it impressive just how bad some of it can be. Going into door number 11, we are greeted with another Pikaman. This one actually looks a little more accurate. My boy's got a little tummy going on here. I think they messed that up, but otherwise it looks pretty okay. Close enough for a bootleg figure. And I noticed that bootlegs seem to never really get Pikachu right. And speaking of not getting it right, we've got day number 12, which is Trico looking as though he has just been stabbed. This is really bad. If this piece was not here and the eyes were colored a little better, I think this would have actually passed pretty well as a Tomy figure. But otherwise, like in its current state, it is awful. Door number 13. Let's get right into it. And here we have, ooh, my man Raikou when he's incorrectly colored. I noticed that a lot of the times with these figures, the parts that are meant to be like a whitish color come out like a gray. Same thing with the Wailord's stomach as well. And also the face on Raikou here is atrocious. So this is the first, like, well, not the first. It's a super stinker though. Pretty bad. Day 14, we've got 10 more after this to open. And we have got a decently okay Nidoran. A little bit too pink on the coloring, and the eyes are jank like everything else. But otherwise, that one honestly probably could pass as an official figure for people who wouldn't know otherwise. Where are we at? Day 14, day 15 now. And here we have... honestly, this is a rather impressive figure as well. This is Clefairy, and Clefairy actually looks pretty accurate for the most part. I don't have too many complaints other than the obvious jank to it. We've got a Lairon, which is completely incorrectly colored. Everything from the steel on it to its stomach. Nothing much else to say there. Let's just move right on to day 17. And with day 17, we have Kingdra after living in a polluted ocean for too long. Not looking good here at all. The eyes are too far back. And other than that, not too many other complaints. Could have been better. Day number 18. What's we got here? Day 18, we have, here's another super stinker. We have got Magmar looking like he just saw some shit. Not incorrectly colored or anything, but it just didn't translate well to the print. And that just happens sometimes. Unfortunately, more times than not with these bootleg figures. Now, here is one that's actually moderately impressive. We have an Umbreon. and it looks pretty good. Coloring is accurate. Eyes aren't too bad. This actually could pass as an official figure, in my opinion. Let's see. Day number 20. That's what we're up to. Day number 20. Let's go. And for day 20, we have quite the incorrectly colored one. We have one of the dinosaur fossils. I can't remember its name, but it is not supposed to be this color. And what's actually funny is I have the original figure this mold is based off of, and it's pretty close. Mold-wise, at least, it's pretty close. But coloring-wise, I'm not quite sure what happened here. Let's see, going into day 21, trying to find it on the board here. There we go, day 21. Kind of wish sometimes they were just on a line instead of having to search around the entire calendar. And here we have a Swinub that's supposed to be, I am assuming, some kind of pencil topper. There's not much to say here. It actually looks rather accurate. All in all, nothing else to really complain about with that one. Day 22. Day 22, we have got another fossil Pokemon. This one doesn't look terrible either. Obvious bootleg here, but it's relatively close to what the actual Pokemon looks like. All right, we have got 2 more days here. 2 more. I'm looking for door number 23, and then we will close it off with door number 24. Day number 23 gives us a Sceptile. Nothing too crazy or off about that. And for the final door, it is a Dratini, as if it was run over by a car. You can't really see it very well on the camera, but the face is just painted poorly, and there's a lot of scratching in this corner right here. That's it for the whole calendar. That is our larger figure calendar too now. That's really it. This stuff costs about $8 to $10 a calendar online. They're on Aliexpress. I wouldn't recommend buying it unless you're doing something like fun like this. Or I'm gonna be real, if you're a little lower income and you can't really afford the official calendars, because I know $50 to $60 is a lot for some people, especially in today's economy. I guess this could be fine. This could be a fun little alternative, but I would not recommend this over a real one. And with that, I'm going to cut the video here, guys. Thank you so much for checking me out today. I will see you guys in the next video. And if you could please like and subscribe, that helps a lot too. And we will be opening more fun stuff for the whole holiday season. So I'll see you then.